Before we get into the Senate race itself, just want to start with going back to 2022 for a second and the governor's race. You ran for governor. What did you take away or learn from that race?
I think I learned that my relationship with the people of Arizona is very strong and that they still trust in me very much to stand up for them and fight for them. And I'm seeing it on the ground now. Our movement has grown bigger. More people are showing up. More people are struggling because of the policies of Joe Biden and frankly Ruben Gallego. And they're asking, how can we get involved? How can we take this back? Because what's happening now is not working. And so I've just learned that I have a great relationship with the people of Arizona, and I continue to work really hard for them, and I think they respect that.
Now, coming off of that race, you unsuccessfully challenged the results of the race in court. What's your message to voters, or even conservatives, who maybe think that those legal results hurt your credibility in some way?
I think conservatives and many Arizonans are happy that I fought that. Everybody wants honest elections, and the vast majority of Arizonans don't believe we have them, unfortunately. And I continue to fight. I'm actually working in federal court trying to make sure that we have machines that are functioning and working. You know, we had a lot of problems on election day, and I'm the only person running for office who actually not only believes fraud took place, but has fought tooth and nail to make sure that elections are honest again. That's all we want. I want everybody's vote to count, whether it be a liberal Democrat, somewhere in the middle independent, or a conservative Republican. I want everyone's vote, one legal vote to count. I continue to fight for that, and I think I know the people of Arizona respect that I've done that.
Now going into the Senate race here, if you were to win and become a member of the Senate, what would your biggest priorities be taking office and going to D.C.?
My top priorities are to start putting America first again, to return to the Trump economy. We know the Biden economy has been disastrous for everybody. Doesn't matter if you are working class, middle class, or upper class. We're all struggling under the Biden economy. So I want to make sure we get the economy back on track. We want to secure the border. That means finishing the border wall, fully funding it. And we want to make sure that we have reshoring of manufacturing back to America. And I think Arizona is poised to really benefit from that. And that means bringing more jobs back to Arizona. I want to also make sure that we have our energy sector up and running and strong again so that we're never having to be reliant on foreign oil. It keeps us out of foreign entanglements when we're not reliant on foreign oil. And I want to make sure that when we do that, we'll watch prices come down, because obviously we got to truck things across this country and across this state. And with high gas prices, that really puts a dent in all the prices that we have to pay for products and all sorts of energy. And looking at our electric bills that are up more than 35% in Arizona, it's getting really hard for people to cool their home and pay their bills right now. People are way behind on their not only credit card bills, but they're way behind on their utility bills, and they're struggling every time they go into the grocery store. So I want to turn that around, make sure that our kids are protected, make sure our kids have a great education, and our tax dollars follow our kids so that we can make sure our kids are getting a quality education and they're ready for the world.
Well, speaking of the economy and money that you've brought up in that answer, what legislation or which steps would you take to improve the economy and to get Arizona back on track, as you say?
Well, first and foremost, and I think on day one, President Trump's going to be very busy with a lot of actions to turn things around. You know, Joe Biden on day one came in and just tore back a policy that was working when it came to energy. We were energy independent. We were exporting oil. We were actually on the way to being energy dominant. And Joe Biden reversed that. I want to make sure we're getting the Keystone XL pipeline back up and operating again, and that'll help bring prices down in the economy. And we want to do workplace development so that people are ready to take the jobs that are out there. Right now, the people of this great country are struggling to pay their bills, and they're having to work and compete for jobs against people here illegally. And that's a problem. So we're going to work the energy sector and the border, working to repatriate people back to their homeland, because it's not fair that we're footing the bill for their housing, that we're giving them work permits while Americans are struggling to find jobs. And when you bring in 10, 12 million people illegally, they will work for peanuts, and that keeps our wages depressed.
Well, when it comes to the border, what legislation would you introduce or advocate for when it comes to solving the border crisis if you were to be elected to Senate?
Immediately, I would like to introduce a 1 or 2 page piece of legislation. No more of these 1,200, 1,100 page legislation, omnibus bills. We want short, sweet, and simple. And it's real simple what we have to do for that border wall. We want to make sure that we are funding it, so fully funded border wall and expedited construction to get that border wall up once again.
Well, beyond the wall, we've seen, in our reporting down there, there's ways to circumvent the wall and ways to easily cut through it. I know that is a step that you and other Republicans have certainly championed, but what other policies or legislation would you want to move forward with to address the situation?
Well, obviously you can climb a wall. I mean, we've seen the pictures of people climbing it, but what we're seeing right now are huge gaps in the wall where hundreds and thousands of people are pouring across. It's hard for 1,000 people at one time to hop a wall. And by the time one person hops a wall, you're going to have Border Patrol there. It makes it for we're better using our Border Patrol resources so that they're not having to just process people. I talked to Border Patrol agents. I talked to their wives. They are so frustrated because right now they're just processing. Human smuggling is going on, and they're being forced to process these people to come into our country, take our jobs, take our housing. Young people don't even have ability to move out of mom and dad's home anymore. It's getting really hard. They can't afford rent. And we're competing with 10 or 12 million people who need housing. You don't have to be an expert economist to understand supply and demand. When you don't have a supply and you have a new demand of 10 million people pouring in, rent prices are going to go up. And it's really hurting a young generation. I'm a mother of a 19 and a 21-year-old, and they keep telling me, Mom, my daughter said the other day, even if I worked every waking hour from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to sleep, I would not be able to save enough money for a down payment on a home here in Arizona. It's just too expensive. The average price of a home is $440,000. Wages are not keeping up. Cost of living is out of control. It's $30,000 more per average family in Arizona to get by since Joe Biden took office. And guess who voted with Joe Biden every step of the way? Ruben Gallego. He's radical, and he doesn't care about the working class family.
So you're really saying that the border issue is a huge contributor to the economic issues that we're seeing now?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right now,
Wait, you don't think so?
Well,
when you have 12 million people pouring in, and they're getting job permits, they're competing for jobs against American citizens.
Many of them do have to wait for some time to have that work visa or that work ability to be processed. Some end up working under the table or finding ways to work under the table.
I have a problem with that, and the people of Arizona have a problem with that as well.
Right now,
I mean, they're not competing for your job just yet. You're safe, but there's a lot of people out there who aren't safe. And if you're working in the service industry or in construction or many industries, you're going to be competing. And when you have that many people pouring in, it brings the value of your labor down. And if you look at the job stats that have come out, this last job set that came out, 400,000 plus American-born citizens lost work, lost jobs. And all of the job gains, more than 600,000, went to foreign-born workers. This is the last 2 jobs report. No American-born workers picked up a job. They all went to foreign-born workers.
Well,
I'm not sure if you've reported that, but you really should.
That's obviously part of this whole conversation, too, is jobs and where these people go when they come into the country. And right now, under U.S. law, asylum law allows for people entering the U.S. to claim asylum even if they cross illegally, even if they don't come through a port of entry. So if you were to become part of the Senate, would you change asylum law? Would you change the laws on the books when it comes to it?
Yeah, we need to go back. When I become a member of the United States Senate, we're going to go back to remain in Mexico. And if you are applying for asylum, you're going to remain in Mexico, not come in and sit here and wait 1 year, 2 years, 12 years for your asylum case. And that's going to weed out the phony asylum cases. About 97% of the people seeking asylum, these are phony asylum cases. They know that the red carpet's been rolled out and Joe Biden and Ruben Gallego are welcoming into this country. I just spoke with someone today about the Venezuelan gangs that are being let out of prison and sent to America. It's happening right now. Police are seeing it. They are confirming it. President Trump's been talking about it. These countries are emptying out their prisons, sending the killers and rapists here. We just found out this lovely mother, Rachel, 5 children, was raped and murdered, bludgeoned to death. And her attacker is from El Salvador. We found out that, Laken Riley was killed when she was out for a jog. Our streets are not safe right now, and the people coming in, many of them are doing harm to American citizens. And so we're going to make sure we deal with that. No more crime. We want to make sure we fully fund the police. My opponent, Ruben Gallego, wants to defund the police. He actually marched and defund the police rallies. He actually suggested that we get rid of the filibuster to pass the George Floyd legislation, which would have defunded the police nationwide. The people of Arizona don't want to defund the police. They want to fully fund the police and have safe streets so we can use our parks, take a bike ride with our kids, go for a walk and a stroll, and not have to worry about being the victim of violent crime.
You brought up Joe Biden. What is your reaction to President Biden's border order recently, a couple of weeks back, that made it harder for folks claiming asylum and put in some extra guardrails?
I think he's fluffing the pillows on the Titanic. I mean, this is just his way of trying to make it look like he's doing something. It really is not stopping the flow of people coming in. People are still pouring in. And it doesn't change the fact that he's actually flying people in illegally, flying them right over the border so they don't have to cross the border. He's flying them in illegally. Nothing changes the fact that people like Joe Biden and Ruben Gallego want to give asylum to all these people who've poured in, give them jobs, and give them voting rights, and the people are not for that. You know, if you look at the policy that President Trump is talking about, and that I agree with, repatriating these people back to their homeland, it gets huge support, more than 60% support in Arizona. And that includes more than 40% of Democrats say, we got to send these people back to their country. We cannot absorb it. And more than 40% of Hispanic voters in Arizona want to repatriate these people back home.
It's early, but in the couple weeks since that order has gone out, we've reported and heard from people and shelters on the Mexican side. There's a 200 to 300 a day that would have been let in that are now being bussed back into Mexico. What's your reaction to seeing
My
at least some of
reaction
that trend?
is we need to take the 10 or 12 million people here and bus them back as well. Bus them back or fly them back. Nothing is going to change the fact that that many people have already poured in. There's been so much damage done, and Joe Biden doesn't have the ability to fix this problem. He can't even negotiate with Mexico because he's in such a weakened state. Nobody takes him seriously. We just saw he can barely walk and move. He needed to be carted around by Obama. And it's not working. The people are onto it. And they're tired of the direction Joe Biden has sent this country. It's been an America Last policy under Joe Biden. We want to get back to America First policies that strengthen our economy for American workers, that strengthen our cities and our police departments so that we have safe streets once again, and that strengthen our business environment and working environment. Look, you live in Tucson, right? I've spent a lot of time down there. We have an office down there. Tucson's one of my favorite places. It's in bad shape right now. A lot of boarded up businesses. You can drive for miles on end and see nothing but homeless people in the depths of despair on the sides of the road. I'm not telling you anything that you haven't seen with your own eyes. And if you haven't seen it, I can tell you your viewers have. Tucson is a city that deserves so much better. And when I get into the U.S. Senate, we're going to make sure we turn this around, bring down the crime, make sure that we have businesses that are thriving, fully funded police departments who can do their job, and we're not going to allow the cartels to continue controlling our state.
With law enforcement in mind, I want to bring up your primary opponent, Sheriff Mark Lamb. What would you say is the biggest difference what's the biggest difference between you and Sheriff Lamb as a candidate?
Well, I'm really running against Ruben Gallego, and so my differences with Ruben Gallego are that he is open border, 100% open border policy. He called the border wall dumb and stupid. He said he would never, ever, ever fund it. I want to fully fund the border wall, expedite its construction. Ruben Gallego is for men playing in girls' sports. I'm not. I'm not for watching our young women lose scholarships because they have to compete with men. And I'm also concerned about his character. I mean, he ran a business that had a federal investigation against the business for Medicare fraud. He was the director of a bank that targeted immigrants here from Latin America. And he walked out on his wife when she was days away from giving birth to his firstborn son and ran off with a lobbyist who he's now married to and is probably pushing a lot of her lobbying agenda items. So this is a guy who's got serious character flaws. He's the most liberal person we've ever seen run for office in the U.S. Senate. And I'm going to do everything I can to stop him. That's who I'm running again. That's where all of my focus is.
So your focus at this point is not on Sheriff Lamb at all?
Not at all. I'm running against Ruben Gallego. My concern is Ruben Gallego and Joe Biden. If we don't stop these two, If we don't elect President Trump and me in the U.S. Senate, we are going to see our state fall further into despair, and I'm going to do everything I can to prevent that.
So is this July primary then for you more of a formality? You're not worried about conservative voters voting for Sheriff Lamb or this step in the process?
I'm always working to bring more voters in. I think I have a great relationship with conservative voters and Republican voters, and there's a lot of independents that are going to vote on the Republican ticket this go around, and I'm working to bring them in as well. We're drawing big crowds wherever we go. I'm really proud of that because it shows our movement is growing. And the America First Republican Party is a big tent party. All Americans are welcome. If you want safer streets, if you want better education for your kids, if you want better pay because we don't have to compete with people here illegally for jobs, then there's a good chance that you would like the America First Party.
Well, then, just to close the point on Sheriff Lamb then, because you said you're not focused on the primary, not focused on him as an opponent, but things that he will bring up that perhaps some will bring up is a lack of experience in an elected role, as well as you brought up law enforcement. He's a candidate, obviously, in law enforcement and has spent time at the border. Well, what's your response to concerns
you can
like
ask, you can do your next interview and you can ask whatever you want. I'm focused solely on the people that are most dangerous right now to our country, and that's Joe Biden and Ruben Gallego. And I'm focused on the issues that are facing Arizonans. I've been all over this state so many times, and people are telling me how much they're struggling. Right now, from Bullhead City, a lot of retirees up there said, look, I did everything right. I worked my whole life. I saved for my retirement, and now my retirement is not going to get me through. I had an 80-year-old woman tell me that she is afraid she's going to have to go back to work to make ends meet. We've got young people who are just getting out of college, just getting started, and they want to start a family. They want access to the American dream, and they think, I'll never be able to get out of mom and dad's home. And so I'm working on making sure that we are providing for them policy that actually helps grow our economy, make life better for all Arizonans, just like it was under President Trump. We had a strong economy, whether you were a young person, an older person, a retiree, black, white, brown, Asian, Native American, we were all doing better. And we have to get back to that. We can't keep going in the direction we're going in.
Well, then, as a lawmaker in the Senate, if you were to win the race and in the Senate as a lawmaker, what would you do other than addressing the border issue, which we talked about is tied to economy? What would you do to help the economy, to reverse those trends and help the people that you're talking to that have been struggling?
Well, for start, when we turn the spigot back on and start turning on the energy sector once again, that's going to bring prices down. We're also going to bring a lot of good paying jobs. We're also going to be bringing the manufacturing back, when we have safer streets, we talked a little bit about Tucson, when we allow our police officers, fully fund them and allow them to do their work, the streets are safer, communities are safer, and guess what? People want to open businesses. There's places in Tucson right now that people don't, there's space for it. There's buildings, there's commercial buildings, but people don't want to start a business because it's just not safe enough there. And so there's going to be a lot of ways. We're going to grow our way out of this mess, and we're going to grow our way into a prosperous America once again.
And just to clear the point on that, one of the ways you would do that is to reinvest or re-emphasize law enforcement and local law enforcement.
Well, I definitely don't want to defund law enforcement, and I know that President Trump is talking about giving law enforcement immunity so we can actually get the criminals off the street rather than letting them back out. They commit a crime, they're let back out, another violent crime. And guess what happens when that happens? Over and over and over again. People don't feel safe on their streets. People's businesses shut down because nobody wants to open a business when you've got crime or you have shoplifting going on so bad that you're getting robbed out of your business every single week. So we need to get law and order back on our streets. That's going to make a better environment to open a business and run a business. We want to reshore businesses back to Arizona and America. We want to get the energy sector up and running again. And, you know, I think that once President Trump gets in office, there's going to be a big sigh of relief from not just the people of Arizona, but the people of America. And they're going to feel like, okay, we can move forward once again.
And finally, just to go internationally, is because you said in the past the border bill that emerged a few months ago that ended up failing, you were against that bill because there was a lot of money not diverted to the border, diverted to helping countries abroad. What are your thoughts on providing that aid to countries like Ukraine and Israel in the middle of those conflicts?
I am not for spending one more penny going to Ukraine. I'm the only one in the race who's not for spending one more penny.
You would
to
be
Ukraine.
okay with Russia taking control of that conflict?
Well, that's not necessarily what's going to happen. What's going to happen is, and we're going to start negotiating. We're going to negotiate a peace deal, which was already offered and on the table, and Joe Biden walked away from it. Before this whole war got going, they wanted to have peace talks, and Joe Biden didn't take part in it, said no. Several steps along this way, both sides have wanted to have peace talks, and Joe Biden has denied that. So we're going to have peace talks, and we're going to stop the war. We don't have a strong president right now, and because of that, we're watching fires break out all over the world, and we're going to start having World War III if we don't get things back under control quickly.
Just want to mention Israel as well, because obviously that's its own situation. Would you support more foreign aid, the billions that have gone to Israel? Would you support continuing to fund them in that conflict?
Well, considering that we have terrorists that Joe Biden has let into our country that are tied to Hezbollah and Hamas and other terrorist organizations, I think it's in our best interest to make sure those terror cells and networks and organizations get wiped out so that they don't attack us here. And we just saw 8 terrorists get arrested about a week ago. We know there are more here, and so I think it's in our best interest for our national security to make sure that we help wipe them out where they're headquartered overseas so that they don't act and strike here.
In your mind, that would be a worthy cause to continue funding overseas?
I would hope that you would think that preventing a terrorist attack here at home is a worthy cause.
Anything else that you haven't mentioned in terms of your priorities for the Senate race that you haven't mentioned already that you'd like to add?
I just want to make sure that we have a safe and prosperous country once again. Right now, our national security is not in great shape. Our economic security is not looking good. I want to work to alleviate some of the water issues we're facing in the West, make sure our kids have a great, solid education so they're ready to take those jobs, and make sure that we are not starting up wars abroad, that we're winding them down and bringing back peace across the globe.